Hey, what's up, cats and kittens, and shout out to all my cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Dealer, back with another episode of RealiTEA, and that's TEA because I give it to you scalding hot. So grab your cups, grab your saucers, gather around, and let's all partake in this libation of Bachelorette tea. But before you go another further, do yourself a favor and do me a solid. Take a moment and hit that subscribe button, and once you've done that, take another second and hit that tiny little bell so that you can turn on your alerts, and that way you will be in the loop. So we're going to talk about the Bachelorette right now, you guys.
Single one of these people, you thought you could walk on with an engagement ring in your pocket and tell this girl you were ready to wife her when you were in my bed weeks before. You were texting me. You think that you're out of this? I have a full-on paper trail.
Wait. Let me just. I met her many times ago, and I stopped talking to her.
What do you mean many times ago?
Like
I'd love to hear this. Please,
I met her a long time ago. I mean, can you and I talk like this, like cameras and stuff?
No,
like some personal
that's
life
not how it works. You're trying to screw this many people.
But here's my thing. This is personal life stuff. Like I'm not.
But you're right. This is personal life, and I
just putting someone to think that you're in a serious relationship for 7 months. That's personal life.
Hold on a second, though. Let's see. I'm putting my personal life out here, right?
Definitely.
So, like, if you have nothing to hide, then I would like for you to just talk to me right here.
So I met up with her a few times. I seen her a few times. We had something. I then lost it with her because she is just like what she is right now.
I have messages saying to you, we've been dating for over 6 months and I haven't met your friends or family. Yeah. What's going on? And you say, I know it's nothing to do with you. It's who I am. I promise you I'm going to try harder. Just wait. I promise I'm going to try harder.
But then when I came to your house and I told you face to face that I couldn't do this anymore, which is why.
Wait. I understand. When did you?
If you're going to come in here.
This is crazy. This is like.
But what I need to make sense of it. Okay.
Definitely.
So, what was your relationship?
Me and her were on again, off again. We had something.
And how did you cut it off?
Face to face. I went over to her house. I explained to her that look, you and I are just going.
On my father's grave. Never, ever. On my ghost of my kittens sleeping in my house right now. On my brother, my dad, my father's grave. The last time he was in my house,
Can I please finish talking, please?
Did you cut off all communication with her?
Some communications. I still was talking to her just for the fact.
Why would you just not stop talking to her?
Because I'm trying to wean it off. She was texting last night, cut it off full.
But why? I asked you. My question to you is, when did you officially cut it off? Because you're speaking to me in a very general sense. So I need you to be specific with me. So when did you stop? When did you stop talking to Lexi?
Do you not still have the keys to my apartment?
I'm not at your apartment. I don't have the keys to your apartment. Oh wait, actually, I'm sorry.
And I want you to understand that you don't make sense.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't know her, but to be honest, I don't know you right now either.
Sorry, can we just make this real? We can make it real simple because I actually have from the messages proof of the last time you came over and from when you leaving.
So before I even need to go there, if I ask her to show me her phone, is it going to coincide with what she said or what you said?
Depends on the dates. Like it just depends on the dates.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know.
I'm asking you, am I going to see messages that allude to the fact that y'all had something? If I look at her phone right now.
That we had something? I mean,
that you have something more than friendship.
We've had sexual intercourse before, but we don't have
I'm not asking about. Okay.
You can go through. What is that?
You are a piece of Demario. You're literally a piece of trash.
Demario, somebody who's crazy. You don't explain yourself as a secretive person. You're going to work harder on yourself. It's not against her. It's just how you are. You're not saying you're crazy. I can't deal with you.
That's when I went and spoke to her.
Okay. I don't want somebody who's texting somebody saying good night, babe. And so because I'm putting myself out here, and I've sent people home who genuinely I felt wanted to be here. I have no idea why you're here right now. I believe you want to be here. I just don't think you want to be here for me. So let me tell you something. I'm not here to be played. I'm not here to be made a joke of, which is what I feel like you're doing right now with me. So I'm really going to need you to get the out.
So let me explain to you what you just heard. This week we're going to forego the appetizers and we're going to go straight to the meal. What you just heard was Rachel, Demario, and Demario's quasi ex-girlfriend, current girlfriend. I don't know exactly how to label her, and apparently he doesn't either. So Rachel decided that she wanted to have the guys compete in sort of this pickup game of basketball. So she separated them into two teams, a purple team and a white team. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is an outspoken critic of the series, was actually on this particular episode. So the guys are competing. And it's a pretty competitive game. But there were a couple standout players, and one of those players being Demario. So Demario is really sort of going all in. He's going balls to the wall, trying to impress Rachel. You know, he's rebounding, he's dunking, he's pulling out every basketball tool in his trick bag. And so after the game is over, you know, Rachel is sort of doing a meet and greet. People are coming up to her. You know, she's taking pictures and, you know, sort of, you know, she's doing the PR thing. So out of the blue appears this random woman, you know, this random girl. So she comes over and she says, you know, I have to tell you about one of the guys in your house. And that particular guy being Demario. And she says, well, I'm basically his ex-girlfriend. He was screwing me up until maybe a week before he came here. He just sort of dropped off the face of the earth. There was no contact. There was never any, you know, finite end to our relationship. As far as I knew, we were still together and still very much a couple. And I didn't find out that we weren't a couple until I turned on my TV and saw him on your show. Now, therein lies part of the problem for me, because now we just saw this show air last week, and I'm pretty sure that these episodes were shot several months ago. So how she was able to turn on her TV to see Demario on the show last week with the rest of us, the timeline doesn't make any sense to me, but okay, for purposes of television, if they want us to believe that, then I'm just going to go with that. But anyhow, so she's explaining to Rachel that she and Demario have this standing relationship, and that she feels like Demario is there for nefarious reasons. He's there to play Rachel. So Rachel goes and summons Demario from the locker room where he's, you know, sort of fellowshipping with his fellow bachelors, or competitors, if you will. And, you know, all the guys are a little jealous because they think that Rachel's pulling him from the room to give him a rose, but it was quite the contrary. So Rachel basically pulls him out to the court and confronts him along with this girlfriend of his. And, you know, watching him in that moment just pissed me off so bad, because, you know, I'm sitting there screaming at my television, just tell her the truth. Just be honest. I mean, at this point, what do you have to lose? You're busted. The jig is up. You know, there's really nothing you can do at this point but just look it head on and face it. But what does he do? He continues to lie. And not only this speaks to his level of narcissism, that not only does he lie, but he's lying to an attorney. And it's almost like you can imagine Rachel in a suit and, you know, sort of in lawyer mode, because the way she was cross-examining him and trying to give him the opportunity to own exactly what this girl was saying. You know, there was one scene she's saying, you know, before I look at her phone, tell me exactly what you said. And he gets to stammering and stuttering and sort of backpedaling. But at the end of the day, you're dealing with an attorney. Just come clean. I mean, you're busted. But he will not come clean for anything. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what sort of pathology or narcissism would drive a person to hop on a TV show in the day and age of social media where pretty much anyone can be vetted and think that this information wouldn't come out? And so to me, I'm thinking maybe his angle was he was going to go on there and be this chivalrous good guy, and ultimately he's not there for Rachel, but he's really sort of auditioning to be the first bachelor. That's sort of my take on why he would do what he did. But in essence, what he did was really sort of assassinate his own character on a national platform. You know, I'm sure his family is embarrassed. I'm sure people are shaking their heads in bewilderment who know him. Even people who are probably acquainted with him professionally probably, you know, are now doubtful of who he is as a person, because you've been sort of made to be a liar on national television. So ultimately, Demario refuses to come clean, and Rachel just says, look, I've had it. I'm done with it. I'm not here to be played. You know, you're dismissed. You can go. I'm done with you. And I think that was absolutely, positively, 100% the right thing for her to do. This dude is trash. He didn't belong there. She did the right thing by letting him go. As much as I wanted to believe in his story, there was nothing to believe in. This girl was 100% right. Now, the sad thing is, I bet you if he left the show and went back to this girl, she would actually take him back. Why she would do that is beyond me, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's hell-bent on coming on a television show to make a point is probably the type of woman that, even given all of his shortcomings, all of his sort of duplicitous activities, would definitely open her arms and take him back if he were willing to go back. So, and not just that, she says at one point, the girlfriend says, or the quasi-girlfriend says, you know, well, you wouldn't let me meet your family, you wouldn't let me meet your friends, blah, 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 blah. So apparently she's already been conditioned to being sort of this secondary girlfriend, if you will. But she sent him home, and towards the end of the show, he shows back up, and that's where the show concludes. So we have to wait till next week to see exactly how this unfolds. But I think at this point, you know, you just tuck your tail and run. You had every opportunity when you were there with her on the court to stand up and to be a man. You don't get to go home, process it, and then come back, you know, with sort of this, you know, BS defense and try to justify your behavior. You had every opportunity in that, because you know, the truth doesn't require preparation. If you were being honest in that moment, you wouldn't have had to go and take time to really sort of put the pieces of the puzzle together in a way that makes you out to look your best, which I don't know how he could possibly do. So anyhow, you guys, I was actually almost at the point where I was kind of swear the Bachelorette off because it was getting a little corny to me. But tonight's episode definitely sucked me into the abyss of the Bachelorette. So if you're not watching, I definitely suggest that you check out this episode in particular because it's juicy, juicy, juicy. With that being said, we're going to get out of here, you guys. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Definitely leave your comments below. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And as always, in closing, people, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter than Demario. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.